Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we're doing another one of the patterns where I basically threw it all together. I don't know. Uh, this pattern might exist somewhere. I have not seen it before though. Um, it's an interesting rainbow getting woven around little patches. Like there's four in knots in between each one of the lines, which is a little bit different from what we did before. Remember before we just said like one dot, so they're all meshed in really close to each other. This time it's a small square or a diamond space of four knots, and it makes it so that way it's just a little bit more spread out, a little less colorful string in there. Makes it a little bit harder. You have, the zigzag knots out on the edges to keep the color from coming in sooner, and there's little elements that do make this a bit trickier to make. But that said, it wasn't that bad. It took me about an hour and 25 minutes to make it. It's 16 strings, so that's kind of probably on par, I would suspect. I don't do a lot of bracelets this size, or at least I haven't recently. Used to a lot in the 80s, the late 80s. This was like the size I thought was like the coolest. I don't know why, I just did. So I made a lot of stuff like this, but kind of started favoring the 12 strings, and this is just a bit more. It takes a little bit longer to make. I don't know why I necessarily jumped to the other side. It just is a thing. Anyway, this one was kind of fun because I didn't really need the pattern. It sort of just naturally works itself out as you do the rows. You kind of have to come kind of working to the right, and then after you're done with that, then you work back to the left. And yeah, it's a fun, interesting kind of pattern to work on. If you're at least an intermediate bracelet maker, I think you'll have a lot of fun with this one. It is rather nice. I noticed that the yellow and the green seem like they're so much lighter in color. I'm holding the bracelet here. They're so much lighter in color, it seems to almost be like a gap going through the whole bracelet where the other colors are standing out much more. And I don't think there's a whole lot we could have done with that. Maybe I could have chosen a darker green, but then it would just have been the yellow standing out. And we have a pretty bold yellow. So that's the only thing I could see that maybe could get changed up. But 6-color rainbow. I guess I could have gone with like a more pastel bunch of colors, but then I would have probably, instead of using the gray, would have had to use white to have the contrast. And we've been having kind of so much fun with this gray string all this month. In fact, I have the string out to make tomorrow's bracelet with. Well, it'll be tomorrow's the pattern and then the bracelet itself. So yeah, pretty excited. Whole month of silver-ish bracelets. It'll be fun. I don't know if if set up in on a display at a like we did an event with selling bracelets, a hobby fair. If I could put all of the silver ones together so people could see, they kind of have similarities, but they're all very different. Actually, just did the hobby fair. And that was something somebody had noticed, that they're like, I don't see bracelets that match. I'm like, I don't try to make bracelets that match. I try to make different things and come up with new ideas and have fun with it. So it was nice to be recognized for that. So that was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun too, by the way. But now back at the office, back to making stuff, back to trying to make these videos. Despite the colors getting used an awful lot, they kind of consistent throughout the whole thing, did not have any trouble with strings running out. Don't know how or why that's possible, but yeah, they are fine. I have really nice long tassels on this, so that's kind of a plus. Trying to think if there's anything else clever about this. Because I don't know where the middle is. Let me just thank my YouTube members. I like to put this in the middle of the video, but then I always forget, and these videos end rather abruptly. So let me thank the YouTube members for making this possible. Their contributions help me to have money to even go to the event. So that was something else. That made the whole thing really fun. Because I got to meet a lot of nice people, get inspired, get and excited to maybe do it again next year. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm really at a loss here. I'm like, I made a bracelet and it was fun, and it's because it was a little bit tricky to make. It was just enough, like to make it not beginner friendly, just a bit. I don't know. That's kind of it. I could have made the video shorter, but then I had all this video of me building it. It sped up a lot. It sped up like 8 times the real stuff, but I guess if it's a bigger pattern, I guess 8 times is not fast enough, because I'm running out of things to say. If you choose to make this and you want to share the image with me, there's a couple ways you can do it. You could tag me over on Instagram. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Because nobody really does that. Or Discord. Discord's a really cool way to share ideas and patterns and stuff. So that works out really well. I pretty much see anything that gets posted around there. So, if you're a member, you could have actually been watching me make this bracelet live. So if you're interested in talking to me while I'm working and see how it's done and see that I'm really not that fast, because that's sped up, you could see it in real time and see how I take little breaks in between here and there. Actually, because I had a couple days off before making this, my shoulder started acting up and got kind of painful. So I smeared some, I call it Tiger Balm. It's a little bit waxy, and a little bit oily. I don't know how to describe it, but smeared it on my shoulder, and it worked. Got me back into the swing of things. Got me working again. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Well, it wasn't cool that I was hurting, but it was cool that it was easily to fix. Actually, I have a little thing right here. So it's just it's like a little thing like the size of like a Carmex bottle, but you just smear this on where it aches and it takes it away. That was pretty cool. Maybe either I have to stay nodding every single day, or face the fact that I'm getting older and that this won't last forever. So that's a kind of a grim thought. I really enjoy doing the videos. I like the tutorials. I like the idea that I can help people learn how to do this. There was a lot of people at the fair who seemed to be excited about the prospects of learning how to do this. So that'd be kind of sad if, I wasn't able to do it anymore. Yeah, so that's the red coming to the end. Yeah, this is getting really close towards the end now. I did have to look at the pattern when it came time to ending the bracelet. Then I really did need to look at the pattern closely to make sure that I was getting it the right way, so it came to a nice V shape and didn't overdo it. But the rest of the bracelet, it's almost, you can almost do it without thinking much, because of it just flows. It's really cool. The red comes in, there's little orange one, then the diamond. So yeah, those strings on the left-hand side, they're basically done. But I still have to work my way over to the right. And then some of that ends up being done. Notice I still shift it up, even though I'm right at the end of the bracelet. Still always try to work closer to the clip, just easier. Yeah, and then that's starting to taper in. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I definitely did like making this bracelet a lot. So if you could, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that good stuff. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.